What's up guys, KB Cooper here, and I'm bringing you my review on the newest Need for Speed reboot. Need for Speed returns to the scene and lays a great foundation for EA's Ghost developers to grow with it, as it did take a year off from the last Need for Speed Rivals. With this Need for Speed game, we see the return of customizations and more Need for Speed Underground feel that has been missing in more recent adaptations of the series, while still holding true to its arcade-like handling. So, without further ado, let's get into what I loved about Need for Speed. What Need for Speed does great is an easy-to-use fast travel system and map with load times that are reasonable to deal with, and missions that are clearly spread out through the map that also cater to many different racing styles like speed, drift, and more precision-based racing. Customization is back and it feels so good, and I by no means am a car expert. I often find a lack of interest in customizing the parts of a car come to lack of understanding, but Need for Speed does a great job at allowing you to understand like you are really fine-tuning your car and making it your own while still giving you some of that more in-depth option like control versus grip to the car. Visual customizations include pretty much everything to rims, bumpers, headlights, window tints. You get the point. Though some of the late-stage cars only allow the changes of the paint / vinyls and wraps to be created over actual body mods, which is a contradiction of the style of the game's perfect build mentality. Also, I wanted to give an honorable mention to the soundtrack. Though I can't play the sounds for you on YouTube due to a Content ID system, I will say the songs picked provided great listening as you perfectly drift a hairpin turn or speed dangerously down the freeway. Overall gameplay and handling is what you would expect from an arcade racer, but also mixes different racing styles that the story arcs require you to learn and become a better driver. What I wish was improved upon in this game is overall car selection, as it is a fraction of what's offered in Need for Speed Horizon 2 or other games similar. I got the vibe that car collection was not the real purpose of the game, as they only gave me 5 spots in my garage to hold cars, and realistically, you probably could beat the game by only using a handful of cars, maybe 2 or even less. They really do want you to perfect a build of a certain car as the theme of the story goes. Also, during race events, a lot of the story is lost when racing with the very people that invited you to those events. It would have been really immersive and awesome to hear some banter during the races that would build rapport of each character as well as the relationship. What I didn't like about this game, though, is that EA and developer Ghost took a lot of time to develop the story and concept of the game, even tying in real-life car culture icons in the live-action cutscenes and gameplay. But they left a lot to be desired in how that's consumed. I would often listen to a call or meeting and not understand what was going on in the meetings, and lined up as if I was supposed to be farther in the story that included speed, style, crew, build, and outlaw story arcs. Sometimes I would even get a call from one person to meet them just seconds later in a location very much far away from where they wanted me to meet them, and it just didn't feel immersive as I experienced the story.
You the kind of driver who's in it for the rush, or you just someone who needs the attention?
Another thing that was weakly implemented was the cops. I mean, where are they? It's almost like I had to hunt for the cops more than they had to hunt for me. Those cops act much more realistic to the environment in this game, and that does make it a little more believable, but also takes away from some of the fun at that point. When you eventually find a cop, it's very easy and simple to escape and confuse them and make it so they cannot challenge you as you could in the past games such as Rivals. Granted, in Rivals, cops were utterly ruthless in their pursuits, but include the scarcity and stupidity of this cops in the newest reboot, and it's just not a good adjustment to balance out the extremes. The game's multiplayer is also one of the most weakest aspects of this game, as it has no lobby or matchmaking system. You will just see players drop in and out of your map with no context, and if you want to race someone individually, you have to chase them down, challenge them, and they might not even accept, as I found this to be the case because it's an always online game. A lot of players want to progress the story, and a dedicated multiplayer would have made reason for me to stick around past the game's completion. Lastly, the game does do a great job at helping you adjust to different racing styles, and even gives you creative ways to accomplish missions, such as drifting challenges where you have to stay with your crew to earn points in a drift train, or build a car under a certain horsepower and then win an event. The issue with the crew missions is that the AI is overly aggressive at times, making it frustrating to maintain speed or drift with the crew and complete the drifts needed to gain points. Often I was wrecked by other cars or had to cut maneuvers short because the AI just wasn't following the drift train as the game expected me to do. Overall, I really enjoyed the game and finished it in roughly 20 hours with a close to 100% completion. I'd recommend this game to anyone who has enjoyed earlier Need for Speed titles like Need for Speed Underground, Most Wanted, and Rivals, as well as fans of the Forza Horizon series. If you want more of a car selection and care towards the simulation side of a car game, please take a look at Project Cars Drive Club on the PS4, as well as Forza 5 or 6 on the Xbox One, and those would be a great fit for you. But like I said, I really did enjoy this game and my time within it, and I would say that for the value that I purchased it at, which was $35 during a Black Friday sale, that the game is well worth my money. Though there is a lot to be desired within multiplayer as well as story arcs for $60. So the value is really up to you. Nonetheless, thank you guys for watching this video, and I really appreciate it. If you guys like videos like this, please comment, like, subscribe, buy it, break it, I don't care, as long as you do something with it. This has been another video with KB Cooper, and I'm out. Peace!